welcome to the Two Ton Nerds. As always, my name is Max James, and this is day 1 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 5, and the first movie up is The Shallows, starring Blake Lively. Now, my initial reaction from when the final credit rolled was that I fully enjoyed this movie. I really did. It reminded me of Jaws in a lot of ways mainly because it's PG-13 and it kind of had a less is more aspect to it. You did see the shark quite a bit in this movie, but it wasn't gratuitous. I mean, when the shark showed up, it was for purpose. It had its reasons to show up. So that's what I really liked about it. And the reason why I also compared it to Jaws, because Jaws was PG back in the day, and this is PG-13. These two movies had a lot of blood in it, and this movie had a lot of blood in it as well. I mean, a lot of the blood coming from underneath the water to kind of spread out on the surface, which you can kind of get away with. But I still oh man, that's blood in a PG-13 movie. It's quite a bit, so in a graphic way. So, but anyways. I'm going to tell you what you need to know about this movie. And first up is the plot. The plot of the movie follows Blake Lively's character, who is going to the secret beach in honor of her mother, who has passed, to go surfing, and she has recently quit medical school or taken a break to just go do her own thing. and then in doing so, while surfing on this secret beach, she meets up with a couple guys, and they just have a grand old time surfing and just kind of talking to each other through broken English and broken Spanish, because she has high school equivalent of Spanish, so it's pretty cool. It's just fun. It's kind of fun, kind of like the language barrier there adds for some humorous moments. So as she's kind of off doing her own thing, she accidentally swims up next to a dead whale carcass, and that's when the movie really starts to begin. And that's when the shark attacks, biting her and causing her to kind of get stranded on these rocks out in the middle of, not really out in the middle of the ocean, just it's good a ways out there, far enough to where you can still see the beach, but it's still farther enough away, you don't want to risk swimming all the way out there and the risk of getting eaten. So she's in this very, very hard predicament. So, and throughout the movie, since she's an ex-medical student, she's constantly talking to herself, psyching herself up, she knows how to suture her wound and do all that good stuff, and she's trying to figure out how to get onto the beach, her salvation. But throughout the movie, you got several different things in the forms of hope shows up, this drunk guy on a beach. He and the two guys who she was surfing with in the beginning, they come back, and a ship, kind of like a crab boat or whatever. I can't exactly, I don't know the correct terminology for it is, but she's trying to signal them. All fail, but it's really good. I just found this movie to be really entertaining. I was really engrossed with her trying to figure out how is she going to get off this beach, and the final climacticness of the whole movie was great. I was I even let out an "oh man" kind of moment. So it was really good. I fully enjoyed this. Now, the scare factor. There isn't really no scare factor in this movie, but there is. The reason why I put it on the horror list for this year is because of how it's kind of like the Twilight Zone thing, where it's you have all these books to read, but you have no glass. You break your glasses within the first 5 seconds of seeing this wonder. So it's kind of like that, where it's you can see the beach, but you're so far away. You just can't reach it. So that's kind of that's why I put it on here, because it is very horrific situation to be in, and you're being stalked by a shark. Of course, it's horror. So I do have a grading scale, 1 through 5. 1 being just your run-of-the-mill horror. 2, best watch with a group. 3, more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre. 5, adds something new to the horror genre, and 5 being a horror classic. Now, I strongly say this is a 2, and possibly 2.5, because it is best watched with the group. It really is, because this is the type of movie where it's like, where your friends are like, why don't she do this? Why don't she do that? And all the same time, it's like, it's more than that. It's almost more than average horror, because it's just different. It's a very good way of showing like how dangerous the ocean can be and stuff like that, in a more realistic manner, So that's really all I gotta say. I'd highly recommend this, at least one viewing. So as always, my name is Max James, and I'm going to go geek out.